Hello everyone, welcome to the Scumdog's Kennel. I'm your host, Chris Williams, and in today's Cryptid Corner mini episode, I have 3 Dogman stories to read to you all today, folks. The first story is a story I've covered before, but I wanted to cover it again, because I want to have a few more words about it. This story we're going to be looking at is Strange Bipedal Creature Caught on Surveillance Camera Near Texas Zoo. Let's get into this article now and hear how this, very weird creature that looks definitely like a werewolf was filmed. Let's get into it now. A Reddit user posted a picture that, according to his description, was taken recently by a surveillance camera installed near an 8-foot, 2.5 meters fence that runs along the perimeter of the Amarillo Zoo in Texas, USA. In a photo dated May 21st, 2022, an incomprehensible creature is depicted next to the fence, similar to a person with the head of a wolf or a dog. The creature stands upright on 2 legs, bent at the knees. The picture aroused great interest among internet users. Some thought that this was a werewolf or a dogman. Others were sure that this was a man in a carnival costume, a child in a fur hat, or even that it was just some kind of tuft of grass or debris stuck in the fence. Those are all reasonable explanations for this, phenomena, folks. So, maybe, it is. But I do have my doubts because I think, these people are jumping to conclusions a little too fast. Do you think it is actually a dogman? Let's read on and then we can theorize a bit more after we read the rest of the article. You can clearly see the sharp, long ears, very straight legs, long arms, and tail. More attentive commenters drew attention to the fact that the creature has very strange proportions of arms and legs for an ordinary person. It was also believed that this was a chupacabra who was attracted to the animals in the zoo and that she was looking around the fence in search of a loophole to get inside. Another user stated that the photo was of an ordinary Texas coyote whose body suffered from severe scabies and therefore lost its hair on 2 paws. He was filmed by accident when he jumped, although this theory seems to be very far-fetched. As the user who posted this photo on Reddit pointed out, the picture was originally posted in a closed group of zoo workers on Facebook, and they could not understand what it was. So, let's get to those theories, folks, because to me, this picture, shows what looks like a werewolf to me, folks. But what do you think, folks? Does this show a coyote jumping? Because that doesn't look like it to me. It looks like it's just staying upright. So whatever this creature is, it looks at least that it is bipedal. Anyway, let's move on to the next article. Cryptid canine encounters 2 reports of aggressive dogman behavior, possibly same beast, in Howard County, Maryland. Let's get into these encounters now, folks, and hear what's happening in Maryland right now. 2 disturbing encounters with cryptid canines in Maryland have raised new questions about the dogman phenomena. In Clarksville, a retired police officer faced a violent home invasion by a towering, snarling beast that shared his kitchen door. Just miles away in Columbia, a woman encountered a silent, white-furred entity under the full moon, its amber eyes locking onto hers in a chilling, calculated standoff. Clarksville encounter law enforcement testimony. Date of incident, early 2021. Locations near Clarksville, Howard County, Maryland. Environment, semi-rural location near the Middle Paducient environmental area. Weather on site, visit October 14th, 2023. Continuous rainfall. Witness overview. Retired Baltimore Police Department detective resides alone in a quiet suburban area near preserved parkland. Requested anonymity due to professional background. Continues to believe the entity remains active in the area. Okay, so this guy doesn't want his name known, which is understandable, due to him basically being a professional police officer when he was basically working. Either way, this is not to be unexpected, but still, let's read on with this guy's account and hear exactly what this retired police officer had to deal with. Encounter summary. Around 2:00 a.m. while reviewing a case file in his home office, the witness was drawn to a strange noise outside. Initially faint, the sound grew louder and more deliberate, like something heavy impacting the ground behind the house near the kitchen. Upon cautiously opening the kitchen door, he was confronted by a 7-foot-tall, light gray bipedal creature with a long snout, jagged teeth, yellow-tinged eyes, and pointed ears. The beast immediately turned toward him and lunged, hissing. The witness slammed the door and retreated to his office, drawing his firearm. Moments later, the creature broke into the house, rampaging through the kitchen and dining room. He described loud footfalls, snorting glass breaking, and a heavy physical presence. When he finally re-emerged, the creature once again made eye contact before fleeing through the door. Talk about a terrifying account, folks. I'm surprised this guy didn't basically immediately go out there and try to shoot it. But then again, maybe we thought his gun couldn't basically bring this creature down. But let's read further. Damage and behavior. Visible claw marks on the door and furniture, broken glass and scattered furniture in the kitchen and dining area. Describe the creature's expression as human-like and angry. Believes it could have attacked but chose not to. The beast emitted a strong sulfuric odor. Post-incident notes. Witness continues to reside at the home. Albert cautiously. He began researching upright canines and found similar reports. The proximity to the Middle Patusiant environmental area may suggest a migratory corridor. The event remains one of the most aggressive Dogman-type intrusions documented. That was a terrifying account, don't you think, folks? And very chilling. But let's read on to the next encounter that happened in Maryland. Columbia encounter, Strawberry Moon's Shadows. Date of incident, June 22nd, 2024. Locations, Tamer Meadow Apartments, Columbia, Maryland. Time, 1:30 a.m. during the full Strawberry Moon. Witness, M, insurance investigator. Encounter summary. Late at night, while letting her dogs outside, M observed what she initially thought was a deer in the grassy utility field behind her apartment. As she focused, the figure rose upright, 7 to 8 feet tall, white or ashen gray in color, with long arms, a bushy tail, wolf-like ears, and amber eyes with visible scalia. It suddenly stared at her, alert and calculating. Her younger dog began to shake violently, drawing on instincts. From mountain lion defense training, M stood tall, made herself appear dominant, and slowly backed toward her apartment, never breaking eye contact. Seconds after locking the door, the doorknob rattled as if the creature tried to enter. Physical characteristics. Large wolf-like snout. Long fingers with curved claws, 3 inches. Bushy tail moving like a feline. No sound or growling. Completely silent. Ears moved independently. Hands had paw pads, suggesting some canine ancestry. Behavioral and psychological impact. No physical attack occurred, but the creature displayed high intelligence and awareness. Witness believes the creature was reading her intent, especially maternal protection of her dogs. No telepathic communication, but a heavy emotional presence. Her younger dog is now terrified of going outside. M became hyper-vigilant and changed her habits entirely. The apartment complex installed additional floodlights afterwards. Environmental and cultural context. Field connects directly to a trail system leading to Patapsco Valley State Park, known for the local legend of the Patapsco Howler. M's ancestry includes Cherokee and Choctaw, but she didn't interpret the experience spiritually. Her encounter is potentially the most detailed modern sighting of the Howler. Cross-case observations. Time of night both around 1:30 2 o'clock a.m. Size and appearance 7 to 8 feet tall, upright, canine, intelligent. Behavior 1 violent, Clarksville. 1 observant and non-aggressive, Columbia. Location both near protected forests with historical cryptid lore. Odor present in Clarksville, absent in Columbia. Witness credibility high, law enforcement officer and insurance investigator. Alright folks, very interesting, these 3 stories. What can I say? All over America, people are seeing cryptids. From Bigfoot, well, to Mothman, to Dogman. But we have to ask, folks, what are these creatures? Some people think that they might be alien beings. Well, there have been reports of Bigfoot coming out of UFOs, folks, and it has been theorized that Dogman is actually some sort of alien being. And further considering that one of these encounters took place under a full moon, it is no wonder that basically the full moon is basically, well, synonymous with werewolf mythology. It kind of makes sense, folks, because this woman saw this Dogman under a full moon. So if similar sightings took place, well, hundreds of years ago, like this, then it's no doubt that basically the full moon would be connected with these creatures. Then again, for all we know, folks, full moons maybe draw these creatures out, as well as other, well, cryptids too, like Bigfoot, Mothman, and even reptilians, for all we know, folks. Maybe they like the full moon. Either way, folks, it's just something to consider. But, folks, do you think that these encounters are true? I kind of think they are. But, folks, we're at the end. So please go subscribe to my YouTube channel. Read comics, they're bad for you. You can use the YouTube link down below in the descriptions of the chat to go subscribe to me. There are other links to Twitter, Rumble, Odyssey, Twitch, or BitChute, Dark Saints, Wobbit Co-op, and stitched together pics. And remember, I'm Chris Williams from the Scumdogs Kennel. Thank you all for joining me. I'll be back again tomorrow with another great video, so be sure to come back again then. Till next time, folks, I'll see you all again soon.